So in this video, I'm going to talk about why I was so fixated on Tommy Morrison as a youth, and how a man named Rocky came into the picture and literally changed everything. Okay, now this is going to be two topics, one video. I'm going to start with Rocky first, and then I'll move on to Tommy to end the video. I met Rocky briefly when I was 3 or 4 years old. He was spending time with Dad. You know, him and Dad were shooting the shit, talking to each other, catching up. And I guess Rocky didn't want to go home. Rocky had a girlfriend. And he really didn't want to deal with her. So he stayed over at our house for the night. And he woke me up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, between 5:30 and 7 o'clock in the morning, by having a coughing fit. And it woke me. And I'm like, Dad, who is that? And he's like, it's okay. It's just Rocky. Go back to sleep. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, that's nice. I like that. Can he stay a little longer? Because I want to know how he operates. As a child, I would always sit and watch people while we were going into town on the bus. I'd sit there and I'd stare at people and wonder what makes them tick. I'd observe it. Every time I do that, my older brother would get mad at me for staring at people just to see how they operated. Well, I did the same thing with Rocky. And I was like, okay, can he stay for a little bit? And he's like, no, dude, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I woke your kid. And I haven't seen Rocky since. This was 1989. Between 1989 and 1990. This is before my younger siblings were born. So it was just me and Dad at that time. And Mom and Dad were separated, living separately, not being on the same page with each other. So Rocky was always there if Dad was having a hard time. And Dad was there if Rocky was having a hard time. And I swear to you, this man, Rocky, looked exactly like Tommy Morrison, like how Tommy looked in Rocky 5. I swear. That man had the hair, the body structure, wore the same, almost the exact same clothes that Tommy wore in the fight scene in the street. The only difference was the tone of voice, the sound of Rocky's voice. Rocky's voice was very deep, very masculine. And I was intrigued by how he carried himself. So I was always wanting to ask questions. How does this man operate? How does he act when he's around people? Does he get uptight? Does he get scared? Does he get annoyed? Because I wanted to know every nitpicky little thing about this person. And I didn't get to see him. I haven't seen him since. And the thing is, he doesn't know that our dad passed away. Dad's been gone for 10 years. This year it'll be 11. And I've been looking for this man ever since we lost Dad. We lost Dad on October 9th, 2014 at age 55. And I've been on the hunt to try and look for this man to let him know what's gone on with Dad and how I am. Rocky does not know that I have since gotten married, had a child. I'm living my life as I should, since losing Dad, and he has no clue. The last time Dad and I talked about Rocky was before he died. He said, I'll take you to go see Uncle Rocky. I know where he works. He's still in Seattle. I'll take you to see him so you can catch up with him and ask him tons of questions that you didn't get to ask when you were little. Well, that didn't happen because we lost Dad shortly after that conversation. So now I'm on the hunt to look for Rocky and let this part of my life come to a close because I've been doing this for 10 years now and I'm tired. Here's where Tommy comes into the picture. I didn't know about Tommy's career as a boxer until many, many years later, till after we lost him in 2013. I've been intrigued. I've been heartbroken. I want justice for Tommy and his kids and his ex-wives and his widow. I want Tommy's name to be cleared because everybody's out here saying, well, Tommy had HIV. No, Tommy did not have HIV because he was tested for it before he died and tested after he passed away. He did not have that in his system. It was nowhere present in his blood. Nowhere. It was not detected inside his body. It was not there. He did not have it. Somebody came up with the rumor, oh, Tommy's got HIV, to get him out of boxing. Because somebody in that particular part of boxing did not want him out there, did not want him thriving. He was very successful before Rocky and after Rocky 5. Okay. We've been dealing with this for years. People who have been close to Tommy have been dealing with this bullshit for years. The widow has to hear it every so often, being told that she's just a hanger-on. She's only doing this because she wants her name out there and that she's money hungry. No. She helped him get his shit together. She was the one to kind of get him on the straight and narrow after, all that happened, because she had originally met him in 96 when he made the announcement that he had HIV. And there was tons of people booked to be a part of, go see the fight and watch it in person in real time. And when he made that announcement, they just canceled their reservations. And he had made a reservation at that same hotel after he made the announcement publicly. Like I said, somebody came up with that lie to want to get him out and have him not be a part of the boxing world. But what's even more sad, besides being kicked out for having an illness that he did not have, he had a spider bite while being incarcerated for an unpaid ticket worth $80. And that bite went untreated while he was incarcerated. He went in, had it removed. It should have taken an hour to remove and to patch up. But it took over 8 hours to fix that spider bite. Whoever worked on him surgically impacted so much gauze that it made him internally sick. There was a home nurse that had came to him and his wife's house to replace the bandage from the surgery because they bandaged him up. And the home nurse is like, I'm done. And she's like, no. Tristan's like, nope, there's something more. I see something and it's poking out. And she starts pulling on it and it's gauze. She's pulling on it. And the nurse is helping. They're gently pulling it out. It's 12 inches of surgical gauze impacted tight in his chest where the spider bite was. And mind you, this man has no numbing stuff, no pain meds, just sitting there as they're pulling out all of the gauze. It's 12 feet of gauze. They pull it out. Tommy collapses at home and hits his head, falls into the wall, puts a hole through the wall, crushes his voice box. And that poor nurse has to be tended to because she's seen the gauze and it's all covered in blood. And she's freaking out. Trisha's trying to calm her down. She's got another person helping Tommy. Tommy's fallen through the wall, crushed his voice box. She had to rush him with the help of someone to the hospital to get him looked at. He's in and out of there for 14 to 20 months. And then he ends up dying on the 1st of September, 2013, at 44 years old. Now, from my perspective, hearing this and watching the interviews that she's given in this regard, she should have sued the person that was operating on him to get that spider bite removed. There's no reason 12 gauze should have been impacted in his chest. He didn't deserve that. And now we don't have him no more. Now we have 4 young men who are out without their father. We have Kenzie, who's one of his sons that I follow on Facebook, who has a son of his own, Bear. Tommy has a grandson. Tommy should have still been here to watch all of his sons thrive in their own way. But he's not here to see that. We're stuck with having to constantly hear of this horrid rumor that he had HIV when in fact he didn't have it. And many of you may be looking at me and going, Kelly, what has gotten you so infatuated with Tommy Morrison and this person named Rocky that you speak so highly of? Well, as I stated earlier in the video, Rocky and Tommy were twins. Rocky looked exactly like Tommy Morrison when Tommy was in Rocky V. Rocky had that same physical physique, same facial structure, same clothing, shoes, hair. The only thing that was different was Rocky's voice. It was very deep, very masculine. And I was intrigued by that when I was little. And I always wanted to know more about him. But I never got to meet up with him again. And I feel that this is my only chance to do this. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's still a bartender. I don't know if he retired. I don't know if he got married, got divorced, had children of his own, if he's still chasing the ladies, trying to get the ladies' attention, because back when I was little, him and Dad would always shoot the shit and be, talking up a storm with the ladies. He'd say, hey, man, I know you're separated from your missus, but you need to go get some female attention, bro. You're depressed and sad. You need to fix that. And he's like, yeah, bro, I understand that, but I have a child. I have a daughter. You've seen my daughter. I can't have multiple females in and out of this house. You're a young man. You're not married. You can do that. You don't have commitments. You don't have children. I have kids. I'm taking care of one of my children. I cannot have multiple females in and out of this house. But yeah, Rocky was Tommy's doppelganger back in the day. He doesn't look like that no more because it's been 34, 35 years since I've seen him. And I was at least 3 or 4 years old. And one of the reasons I would watch Rocky V so much, and I catch myself doing it from time to time, is because I miss Rocky. Like I said, Rocky was Tommy's doppelganger. And he was the most beautiful white man I ever saw in my entire life as a 3-4-year-old little girl. I was beyond intrigued, smitten, and wanting to know more about him, how he carried himself, what made him tick, how he acted when he was around us and around other people. But I never got to see that. He has not seen me in 34, 35 years. He doesn't know that I'm married and I have a daughter of my own and that I'm living my life. I want to close this part of my life, close this chapter of my life so that I can let this go, because I've been the one carrying this for a long time. My siblings, my younger siblings and my older brother won't talk about it because it bothers them. But I'm the one that's willing to let Rocky know what's been happening since. It hasn't been easy, but I would like to close this chapter of my life for my own mental health and my emotional health, and let this part of it go, because it's been so long and I'm running in and out of patience. I've been doing subliminals, I've been scripting, and I'm low on patience. Rocky, if you're out there, Dad loved you. He thought the world of you. I thought the world of you. I still think you're a wonderful person, even though we haven't seen each other in so long. I hope you're able to reach out to me at least and tell me you're okay. That's all I want. I don't want to interrupt whatever he has going on in his life. Like I said, I don't know if he's single. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he has kids. I don't know if he's still a bartender, because it's been 34, 35 years now. And I need to let this chapter of my life close, because I've fought so hard to keep this going, and I'm about ready to quit. And this video is not to harm or harass anybody. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.